All right, before the game, the Colorado Avalanche celebrated the 30th anniversary of the Stanley Cup winning team that swept the Florida Panthers. And then this year's team went out and pretty much did that exact same thing. So let's talk about that in a new episode of Locked On Avalanche coming at you.
You're Locked On Avalanche, your daily podcast on the Colorado Avalanche, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Locked On Avalanche, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm your host, Chris Micieli. Joining me as always, Mr. Zach Pearson. Thank you for tuning in, making this your first listen of the day. Always appreciated. And if you want to get in on our conversations, join our Everydayers Club. You can see, if you're watching on YouTube, you see the link right on the bottom of the screen right there. You sign up. A lot of extra features that we have going on, part of the Everydayers Club. Of course, subtext is a part of that as well. We get your opinion, everything Avalanche related, and share it on this very podcast. Colorado Avalanche with a pretty dominant 6-2 win over the Florida Panthers. I don't want to say it's like expected. It's, you don't expect anything like that, but I give a little bit of sympathy to the Panthers because they are coming off of a back-to-back stink. Nobody likes them. And when your second game of a back-to-back is against the best team in the league who has a day of rest, it just didn't spell anything good for Florida. And it took the Avalanche a little while to really separate. But they finally did in the second period is where this thing kind of got out of hand. And yeah, it was really all Avalanche in this game. So overall thoughts on this. What do you like?
I feel really bad for Tarasov.
Yeah.
You come in to play the second game of the back-to-back because Bobrovsky's got to rest. And you're not getting pulled because Bobrovsky's got to rest. And as they just started piling the goals on, I felt a little bad for him. I'm like, he's not thrilled. He probably understands. I'm sure he does, but that's rough. And like I said,
it's on the sword.
Yep. So feel for him. Florida played Utah last night, I believe, too.
Yep.
So you went from probably 10 feet under Desi and then then was forced to come up to, mile high elevations.
Right. Not easy.
Not going to be the best time then to do it back to back and all of that. So the thing is, though, the Avs did exactly what the Avs were supposed to do, where they did not do that in the last game against Nashville. So you do feel a lot better about this.
Yes, and I thought I thought they played a very good first period, but I thought they left a lot on that table in the first. Like, this could have been a 6-2 game after the first period. There was just a lot of turnovers by the Panthers. They gave the Avs just golden opportunity after golden opportunity, and the Avs were not converting those. And when that happens, because hockey's a funny game, when that happens, I'm sitting there thinking like, oh man, like there were so many good opportunities that they just didn't convert on. Is that going to come back to bite them? There's another one. Is that one to come back to bite them? And then they started connecting on those in the second.
Yeah.
But overall though, even removing like the opportunities that they didn't convert on in the first period, really from beginning to, I don't want to say the end, because they let up a little bit at the end there, but for this game, they were just a dominant team. Like the transition game that they had was just, Florida just could not do anything to stop what was coming in whenever the Avs got ahead of steam and they got control of the puck, and all right, we're going to start making our way up the ice. Good luck stopping the train. And they couldn't. They had no answer for it. Defensively, they could not get in lanes. They Avs with another I think this is 2 games in a row. 42 shots on goal. Didn't they have 42 against not the Nashville game. It was the game before that they had 42.
It might have been the Nashville game.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
Because it was the overtime.
It was. It was Nashville. Yeah.
So it was the Nashville game.
So 42 shots. There you go. 42 shots on goal, and look what happened in Nashville. And I remember saying, like, give me 42 shots on goal all the time. We'll be okay.
Yeah.
Next game, 42 shots on goal and you get 6 goals.
Yep.
By 6 different players, no less.
Which is just, oh my
Crazy.
God. What, 13 players got on the score sheet tonight? You got a few guys with 2 points. I mean, there's not a lot to complain about on this game, except the power play, once again, which actually did score. Kind of.
Yeah.
But the offsides review is so brutal. My buddy and I text about this almost every time that it pops up. And it's like, when it's that close and every player's like on the blue line at the same time, that didn't affect anything 15 seconds from when they crossed it has no bearing on it. I
know, but it is offsides.
By the letter of the law, it is offsides.
Yeah.
I actually think the other overturned goal probably should have stood based on the last kicking motion that we saw.
Interesting, huh?
Because the last time I was like, no, that shouldn't have counted, but they're not going to call that a kicking motion. To me, this one looked like even less of a kicking motion than the last one. And I was like, okay, well, if they let that last goal stand, this one clearly has to. And then they're like, no goal. So I was like, what? I don't even know what you guys are doing anymore.
That was a weird one.
I love it that there are 2 overturned goals and neither one of them were Gabe Landeskog's.
Yeah. And are you not, because he did get a goal in this game, Landeskog did. And are you not thinking whenever he scores, there's a review coming?
Can we just rewind it? Show me the offside from 2 minutes ago. Show me the hand pass from the other side of the ice, whatever it is. Yeah.
Anytime he scores for the rest of the year, that's just going to be the first thing on everybody's mind.
The actions of Valeri Nichushkin sitting on the bench, Gabe Landeskog did not score again.
Yeah. What happened 30 seconds ago that we didn't see, that is going to get it reversed. But I thought, like I said, there were a lot of early chances, especially Nathan MacKinnon had a gift turnover by I don't remember who it was on Florida, but when you do that, Nathan MacKinnon makes you pay. And he got a shot on net and it was a nice save and stuff like that's going to happen. But I'm just saying, that was earlier in the game. And all these things are going through my head of just man, the last game that you played wasn't the best, but this team is just too good to have kind of back-to-back games where they're just not firing on all cylinders. And they got back to that in this game. They got everything just seemed to be just going their way. They just seemed to be in the right place at the right time. I just loved their transition game. It's like they knew Florida could not keep up with them. And it was just like poetry in motion when they were going from defense to offense, everybody engaging. It was great.
There were a couple of instances of Brent Burns carrying it in behind the net and then passing it back out in for an opportunity, in front of the net in the slot. All those really good plays. I agree. The ability of them tonight to just move into the attacking zone and take complete control of it. It was so good.
Yeah. And then, like I said, I know Florida's
tired.
They're tired. They're on a back-to-back, but they still got to play.
Yeah.
And the Avs definitely showed up for this one. Who definitely showed up, it was his first game back in a while, Gavin Brindley.
Yep.
It is good to have him back. Why don't we take get our first break in? We come back, we'll talk about him. We'll talk about other guys that we thought stood out. Get to our player of the game. We got our sound check coming, subtext crew, all that stuff. So a lot to get to right after our first break. Going to hear from FanDuel and NFL Sundays. They move fast, one big play, and suddenly everything feels different. That's what makes live betting with FanDuel so exciting. You're not just watching the game, you're reacting to it in real time. With FanDuel, you can place bets as the action unfolds. Every drive, every momentum swing, every highlight moment. Should be some this weekend. Big game for the Broncos because win and clinch, right? If I'm not mistaken.
If you win, you are in the playoffs.
Win and you are in. So and the opponent is, and I'm going to be biased, the opponent of the greatest Super Bowl ever played in Super Bowl 32.
It was such a good Super Bowl.
Such an amazing Super Bowl. So you can't help but have some nostalgic feelings when those two teams go up against each other. Maybe not for the Green Bay fans, but definitely for the Bronco fans.
Oh,
so,
yeah. That was the first season I remember watching football, and it culminated. Yep, because I was 6. Oh my gosh, this one's for all the. This one's for my daughter. I was 6, 7.
Oh boy,
first season watching that. So I remember that Super Bowl. I agree, best one ever played.
I recorded that Super Bowl on VHS, and I can't tell you how many times I watched it after that.
Yep,
so good,
so good.
And if you want to be right in the middle of the action this season, visit FanDuel.com and place your NFL live bets all season long with FanDuel. The game moves fast, and so can you. Also brought to you by Doer and Doer pants and jeans and tops. Everything Doer is incredibly comfortable. Zach and I have been wearing them every day, and the holidays, because they're here, we're not stressing about what we're going to be wearing day in and day out because we're going to be wearing our Doers. Are we not, sir?
Wear them to work, wear them lounging around the house, wear them working around the house. Literally anything that I need to do. These jeans are perfect.
They're on you. Yeah. Doer denim and lifestyle apparel is engineered for movement and versatility. Whether you're on the go, traveling, like Zach just said, lounging at home, or going to a nice dinner party or a holiday party that are now so popular right now, this time of the year for those. If you don't have your Doers yet, get them now. It's time for you to experience the comfort of Doer, because we know that you're going to love these once you slide them on. And you can pick up a pair for yourself or as an amazing holiday gift. Check out Doer in store right in Denver at 2621 Larimer Street. Mention the promo code Locked On Denver in store to get 15% off of your first order. Or you can check them out online at Shop Doer. That's shopdoer.com/Locked On Denver for 15% off online as well. That's shopdoer.com/Locked On Denver. Go get yourself some Doers. All right, Gavin Brindley, his first game back in a couple weeks. And it's I always watch the guys that are like first game back. Like how do they react? They just get into the flow. Hey, let's get out there for 10, 12 minutes, especially the depth guys. Just want to get out of this thing, not injured again. Gavin Brindley was like, heck no.
Yeah.
Screw all that. I am going back to my game, which is just a bowling ball.
Yep.
And he was, you watch him and you're just like, oh yeah, I remember like in the short amount of time we've had this guy so far, like I loved watching him, and he was gone for a few games. And now I remember why I loved watching him, because he's just relentless. The entire team was just relentless this entire game. And he was kind of like the front runner of that. He is just a fun hockey player to watch.
A few of the times as he's just blowing past some of the Florida Panthers. The only thing I could think is that the Florida Panthers are sitting there in their Winnebago watching him go by and thinking to themselves, he's gone to plaid, because he went straight ludicrous speed here. Like
ludicrous speed go. Yeah.
That guy is a literal ball of energy, and he showed it again and got rewarded. His goal was that's just him driving up towards the net. That bounce comes out right in front, leaves him a wide open goal mouth. I mean, literally gifted for that energy and hardworking. Can't have it better than that. And so I agree. I'm so happy to see him back. Bednar talked about it today before the game in the press conference that, who's going out? Okay, it's going to be Bardakov out. Brindley's coming in. Are you at all concerned? He's like, I'm not concerned. He's a young guy. Young guys bounce back. He's going to be out there. He's going to give it energy. He's going to do all those things. And Brindley lived up to every bit of that, because he really was just wicked out there tonight.
You had Kiviranta go down with an injury.
Yeah.
Not sure exactly what it was. They didn't really discuss it too much on the broadcast. So I don't know.
I'm gonna say I didn't even hear ESPN guys bring it up. I just heard or I just saw it on like people I follow on social media.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they mentioned it like
Okay.
twice, but did not like go into detail on any of it. And come to think of it, they didn't even have a like a rink. They just had the two announcers and nobody else. So that's what that other person's there for, is to kind of give you updates on things like injuries. So you didn't have that. But he was out. He only played like 3 minutes and change. And so Bednar had to move some things around. And what did he do? He brought Gavin Brindley up to the top line.
Yeah.
Gavin Brindley was playing with Nathan MacKinnon and Artturi Lekkonen for most of that game. Let's see. So, and they did very well together.
Right.
Let's see. So they had a Corsi 4 of 9, Corsi against of 4. Their Fenwick 4 was 8. Fenwick against was 2. So, when they were out there, they were controlling. And God, you got to think, if you're Gavin Brindley and middle of the game, coach like points to you and be like, all right, we got to switch things up. I don't think it was the middle of the game, because I think Kiviranta got hurt. Period. Yeah, I think he got hurt during the first, so I'm sure they talked about it like in the intermission. So fine, you use that. So during the intermission, he says, okay, we got to change things up. Gavin, you're playing with Nathan MacKinnon and Artturi Lekkonen.
Yep.
Put me in, coach. You know what I mean? Like it's just got to be just this endorphin high that he was on. And he committed a penalty, and I was wondering if like that penalty that he committed was just that. Just the giddy little, like, Chris Farley. Like,
what did he get called for? It was a hold?
I think it was a hold.
Yeah. I remember the moment a bit. Yeah. And I took down the note.
So
penalty, but
maybe it was just a little bit of the excitement was just coursing through his veins, and he just is over committing.
Yeah.
But anyway, like outside of that, like, he can keep up with them. That's not an issue of the speed. But so he moved up to the top line. Martin Necas moves down to the third line, believe it or not. And I'm not looking at that as a demotion. I just feel like just Bednar's looking at the matchups. Hey, Kiviranta's out. Where are my best matchups? And he just kind of moved things around. And it's amazing how Gavin Brindley can go up against the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champions on the top line, even though they're struggling. And he's just fine. He's just fine.
I love to, like I said, it was the rebound goal. It was a Brent Burns shot that Gavin Brindley put the rebound home.
Yep.
And I still will not be able to get over the fact that a guy who has been in the league got an assist on his line or teammate who was not yet born when he started in the NHL. Like, my goodness.
and they're just totally, like, Brent Burns is just this towering, like, jolly green giant, and Brindley is just this, little dude. And when Brindley scores and they're kind of next to each other, it's just like,
I know, it's crazy.
Father
it's
and
so
son. It's funny. So we're gonna see what's going on with Kiviranta, because it's funny how this stuff works. Like Gavin Brindley comes back and you're like, hey, what are the lines gonna be? And now, okay, you take Bardakov out. Maybe Bardakov goes right back in, because if Kiviranta is out for a little while, okay, you just slide him right back in. So it's just, it seems like to be that's happened a lot over the course of the last few years, where it's like the hockey gods give and take away. We get someone back from an injury, and someone almost always goes out with an injury.
It does feel
exactly what happened tonight with Brindley and Kiviranta.
The good news is we don't have like 8 injuries to start, like, and that's the baseline for us this season. Like it has been, it feels like forever. So but I agree. It does feel that way. It is nice that you have Bardakov who can slot in if you need to, because he's been playing pretty well. You may have Logan O'Connor soon. Bednar gave a sort of no answer to that today. I said, I do have more information, but not that I'm going to tell you.
Share,
And so it's still no idea when he's coming back, but that too will just help bolster that lineup entirely. So it is good to be in that position, because the Avs have not been there for a long time. So this is definitely exciting.
You had Brock Nelson with another goal. He continues to roll along. Like, he is settling in very nice, and a hard-working goal for him there too, like right in that front. So again, I thought he played a very good game. I thought Vanachuskin played a very good game. You know, his forechecking was good, like usual. Who else do we got down here? Oh, well, we usually talk about the goalies here. So Mackenzie Blackwood got the start. Thought he was fine. I mean,
thought he did well.
Goals, gives up the 2 goals, but
and the one feels like speaking of the hockey gods, the last goal, the second one that goes in, does feel like the hockey gods trying to just poke fun, because it's AJ Greer and Evan Rodriguez, 2 former Avalanche who get the assists on it. I'm like, okay, come on.
right. Yeah, that one was a little weird. Like, just bad defensive play all around on that one in particular. But it was really no harm, no foul. The game was really in hand by then, so you're not sweating it too much. But I thought he was fine. How many shots? They have 20-something shots on him. 23 saves on 25 shots. So that's a .920 save percentage, which you will take that all day, every day.
Absolutely.
There's really nothing to. Well, I mean, I guess you could say again the power play, but
it's the only thing,
and it was fine. Like, I thought it looked very good. You had really, you weren't holding on to it for too long. You were just firing pucks on net. You were retrieving pucks. Like, it looked fine. It's just, it continues to be just the end result. It's not everything that comes before it. Sure, you're going to have some stinkers of a power play every once in a while. But I don't feel like this has been a season-long thing of they're totally inept at running a power play. No, they've been good at running a power play. For whatever reason, they can't get it into the net. They're getting shots on goal. They're cycling. They're doing what they're supposed to. They're getting into the zone. It just continues to be the end result, which is just the sticking point, which is just crazy. It's crazy.
Tonight felt better on a decent amount of it. The biggest thing for me was, especially the one that got overturned, Nature's just bombs that thing. My goodness.
They showed 85 miles an hour. I'm like, that thing's broken. Yeah. There's no way that it was 85. Add 10 to that.
That
thing was rocket.
A nuts shot. And I'm glad that he just took the shot there, because I don't feel like they've been shooting the way that they should. I think they've still been trying to get too pretty on the power play and too many passes and looking for the best opportunity. I mean, Nate just had obviously a great position there, good shot off the one-timer, but the fact that he just ripped it, because I feel like so many times they're, okay, well, I'm going to fake the one-timer and then bumper it back up towards the middle of the slot and hope to get that. And guys are just getting sticks in lanes. They're blocking those passes. It's not happening. This time, Nate just went, I'm going to rip it home. And it goes in the back of the net, gets overturned, but I like seeing that. So I agree. I'm much happier with how the power play looked tonight. You got to get the results for me, man. I can't keep talking about this, but I can't not talk about it. So just get them. Just score.
It's just
easy.
That simple.
That's how you fix the power play. Just score.
Just score. We have found something that nobody's known in the hockey world. Just scoring the power play. Yeah.
Hackstall's getting jobs, and I'm sitting here podcasting when I know the answer. Just score.
Exactly. All right, let's get our last break in. We got our subtext people. We got our sound check. And, of course, our player of the game as well. So we'll do that coming up next. Monarch money. The holidays are amazing, but they can also get overwhelming fast with travel, gifts, parties, year-end expenses. It's really easy to lose track of your money this time of year, and that's exactly why Monarch has become such a game changer. If you want to keep your finances under control this holiday season, you need to be using Monarch, rated Wall Street Journal's best budgeting app of 2025. Monarch is the all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, simple dashboard. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use the code LOCKEDONNHL at monarch.com in your browser for half off of your first year. That is 50% off of your entire first year at monarch.com with a promo code locked on NHL. Check out Monarch today. All right, so let's get to, why don't we do our player of the game first, and then we'll get to the subtext people. So we usually pick different guys here just so we can throw out a couple guys. We don't have the same one, unless Nathan MacKinnon has that 10-point game we're all waiting on. Is this team going to score 10 goals this year? Like, it just feels like, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, if you had a power play goal in that Edmonton game, you could have had it.
You just feel like comes to mind too, because they put 8 there. Like,
this team can definitely do it. So we'll see. But as far as who stuck out to you as you're anointing them your player of the game, who do you got for this one?
It's the return of Gavin Brindley. That kid is just way too awesome on the ice. He's the other thing for me too. Like, he was the best offensive player according to the hockey stat cards tonight for the Avalanche. He had an awesome game all around. But he's just fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like, you can be an excellent player and look kind of boring out there. He is not that. He is just so much fun to watch, zip around on the ice, hitting that ludicrous speed and just doing everything that he needs to do. I can't. It's almost, he's got to be the guy.
It's almost like, if you're showing, like, if your kid, what effort looks like in a hockey game. It's like, just turn an Avalanche game on, and when 54 is out there, just say, like, watch how that guy plays a shift.
Yep.
And that's the effort that you should be giving. So just hope he never loses that. So
you're gonna have a good influence in LOC when he finally comes back.
I was going back and forth between 2 defensemen. And you're gonna go young. I'm gonna go old. We'll go with Brent Burns. I thought he had a good game. He was fun to watch tonight too.
Yeah,
he had that breakaway. Like, he was engaged offensively. He usually is. Like, he's not afraid to shoot. Like, especially from the blue line. And a lot of, like, it's a wicked shot. And a lot of times, when you're shooting from there, you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna shoot it on net. Something can happen. Good things happen when you shoot the puck towards the net. But he was engaged a little bit more. He had that nice little dangle move, like, right towards the end of the game, which I feel like if it was closer, he maybe would have put a little bit more of effort into getting that in the net. But I don't think he wanted to rub it in too much. But that was in close to the goal, and he made some nice moves, and he almost just kind of ran out of real estate to put that puck in the net. But overall, like, I thought he had a phenomenal game for Brent Burns, so that's who I'm going with.
I agree. I think that's a great choice. Really was. And so the 2 guys we chose are the been in the league longer than the other one's been alive, and
young and the old. Yep. So,
fantastic.
Over on subtext, we got a lot of people chiming in over there. Adam says, I thought Brinley picked up right where he left off. Good to see him out there. Just adds so much speed to the lineup. And when the Avs skate to their full potential, I don't think any team can keep up with them, especially on home ice. I'm hoping to see a similar result to Nashville on Saturday. So,
yeah,
I agree.
100%. You got to be able to do that to them at home.
And like I said, if you do this to Nashville, the questions are going to be like, why couldn't you do that when you were in Nashville? But different animal.
Yeah, agreed.
So, let's see where we got here. Katie says, great game. I like how 6 different players scored tonight. Real depth. Soundcheck is Don't Stop Believing by the one and only Journey.
All right.
I don't know how you can stop believing in this team. Like, if you stop believing in this team, you have some issues.
Yeah.
Some serious hockey issues. Why would you stop believing in this team? Don't ever stop believing in this team. Come on now. Heather, I love how the fans voice their love for Landy when he scores.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad to see that the Avs don't quit when they're ahead, as that can lead to errors. How many players with at least 1 point in this game? Well, yeah, it was 13. And she's right about the Landy goal. I think we're getting into that mode of, like, legendary status for Gabe Landeskog. Not that he's
Yeah.
not kind of there, but just maybe more than legend, maybe like mythical, mythical status. Because he's just so loved, and just every game he plays, it's just that much more just appreciated what this dude has done for his team. And yeah, after the goal, and then you have Alan Roach announce the goal, you get the Landy chants going on. So they just adore the guy, rightfully so.
And you see clearly how much he meant to this team.
Yeah.
Just night and day difference from last year to this year. So he's earned it.
Absolutely. Let's see. Joe says, I was expecting this against any team after a loss to one of the worst teams in the league. The boys were feeling it tonight. Gavin Brindley is good, as I made sure to tell you earlier. Even when we got even when he got a real bad penalty shot. We even got a really bad penalty shot tonight. We did. We had the Nathan MacKinnon penalty shot.
Yep, sure did.
We didn't score on that either. But do you feel like, I feel like if you don't score on the penalty shot, you then get the power play?
I think you should get the choice. I don't think you get
the choice.
Both.
Sure.
I think you should just get the choice. Like, hey, this would be awarded a penalty shot. Which one do you want?
Right.
Now, if you're the Avalanche, you're taking the penalty shot, because I feel like a 50% chance of Nathan MacKinnon scoring is a heck of a lot better than the 1 in 100 chance that your regular power play seemingly has.
Yeah.
But that's how I feel I would do it.
Yeah, that'd be okay. I wouldn't, because, if you want to soak up 2 minutes,
yep.
You know what I mean? Like that's it's all the chess match that you could play. So, I gotta read Joe's sound checks tonight too, because he gave us 2 of them, and they're pretty epic.
Okay.
So the first one is the song "Bad Company" by the band Bad Company, from the album Bad Company, and the song "Hell Yeah" from the band Hell Yeah, off of the album Hell Yeah.
I am okay.
Is there a third one that we could do? I don't. Iron Maiden. I think Iron Maiden has a song Iron Maiden, but is there an album Iron Maiden? I don't know. I think their albums are usually. Yeah. That could be another one, but I love where you're going with that, Joe.
Oh, well done. I like it. Yep.
Very well done. Excellent. That will lead us to our sound checks, where we pick a song each that summarizes the most recent game, and put these songs up on a playlist over on Spotify and on YouTube Music. Search for LOA Soundcheck Volume number 5 is where you can find these ones. So what do you have for this game, Mr. Zach Pearson?
With the energy that the Avs brought tonight, with 13 different players getting a goal, with some phenomenal moves by basically every player on the ice, I had to go with the ever energetic Electric Callboy and the song "We Got the Moves."
Oh God, I feel like I've heard that title of a band or whatever they are. Like, I feel like I've heard of that before.
It's like,
I don't think I've ever heard the song. Techno metal.
Yeah,
I think I might like that.
Yeah, I would definitely check it out.
All right.
And this one works great. It's just a party song all the way through.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are going in that direction tonight, because I'm kind of doing the same thing.
All right.
Well, I went with Beast in Black. I don't know if you know Beast in Black, but they are like a power, not speed metal, more like power metal band. Straight, like, you could feel like their songs like come straight out of like the 80s almost. Like they're but like 80s metal with a current like vibe to them. They're awesome.
Gotcha. Okay.
I've thrown their songs up on old volumes. Song I'm going with is tonight is No Surrender. I just felt like that was a good one.
Yep.
Just like, coming out of the Nashville game. Not that this team would just like throw up the white flag or anything like that, but we're not surrendering. And then in this game, it was just, pinned in the red.
Yeah.
We're just going for it. Everything's downhill in this game. So yeah.
Love
no
it.
surrender. No surrender.
Love it.
Go check it out. You'll love it. It's awesome.
I'll give it a listen.
They do a cover version of, and I think I put it up on a previous volume, of No Easy Way Out from the Rocky IV movie. It's one of the best cover songs you will ever hear.
Nice.
Ever. Check it out. So,
alrighty.
All right. That is going to wrap it up for today. Over on our Everydayers Club, we have our StatCast that I'll do that for this game. I'll probably put that up some point tomorrow. Zach is finalizing his power rankings, his 1 through 32 power rankings. These are his own power rankings that we're gonna that he's putting up. So that's gonna be on the Everydayers Club. So make sure you're
get that out about once a week.
Yep.
So follow along and see where I put everybody.
Exactly.
And then for all of you guys who listen normally, you can I'll factor my Avs ranking and the upcoming opponents into the average of the week. So you guys will at least get a taste of it. But if you want to know where I put everybody, check that out.
All right. That is going to wrap it up for today. So thank you for tuning in, making it your first listen of the day. That is always appreciated. He's Mr. Zach Pearson. I am Chris Micieli. This is the Locked On Avalanche podcast, and we'll see you guys whenever we see you. It'll be that many hours where Sidney Crosby is that much closer to being with the Colorado Avalanche.